Super Tuesday is finally here, and it also will be the final stand of Nikki Haley. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video today. It is time to talk about the presidential primary because everyone, Super Tuesday is finally here, and with it comes the final stand for Nikki Haley. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, Steve Kornacki of NBC News put together a really good article detailing why Haley's delegate math just isn't there, and she needs a perfect performance and then some to even have any shot of winning the nomination. And even then, you're talking about a 1% chance of even winning the nomination in a best case scenario. That's how bad the math really is for Haley. So let's get right into it. Former President Donald Trump enters Super Tuesday with a big delegate lead over former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley in the GOP presidential race. And by the end of the night, he'll most likely find himself closing in on the magic number he needs to officially end the contest. 1,215 delegates. So yeah, this is the magic number. If Trump reaches this threshold, he will be the nominee. And that's where the problems already start. I mean, currently Trump has what? A 200 delegate lead over Haley? So Haley has to make up 200 delegates when in reality, the remaining states are going to be more favorable for Donald Trump. So just ignoring Super Tuesday for a second, she needs to make up 200 delegates somehow. Haley has won just one contest, the one in Washington, D.C., which I would not be celebrating. I mean, you lost your home state. You lost every primary by a lot. And you're going to celebrate winning the swamp? That's not the victory you think it is. If you win a couple contests here and there, that's one thing. But to celebrate DC as the turning point of the race, for one, it won't be. But secondly, the fact that your only victory is in the most corrupt part of the country is not a victory you think it is. And her reliance on a coalition that leans heavily on affluent, college-educated suburbanites, including non-Republicans who may simply see her as a vehicle to register disgust with Trump, faces two mighty Super Tuesday headwinds. And just like Kornacki says, her coalition are not Republican. I mean, some of them are, but even in South Carolina, there's some data points to prove that over half of her voters in South Carolina were Biden voters. So it's like, are you sure those are Republicans voting? No! The ones that are Republican at this point in time are bailing on her. Look at Idaho. Look at North Dakota. I know they're more conservative states, but she lost by 70. In D.C., she won, but D.C. Republicans, I mean, they're lobbyists. Whoop-de-frickin-do. I don't care that she won D.C. It's kind of funny, but the fact that your only victory is the swamp is not good. First, numerous contests are in states with demographic profiles decidedly unfavorable to Haley, but right in Trump's white working class wheelhouse. And second, even where the demographics are Haley friendly, party rules in many cases limit non-Republicans' participation and all but require outright majorities to collect delegates. And yeah, I mean, South Carolina and Michigan, she got killed in. But even the parts of the states that she did good in places like California, she's not going to have that. It's a closed primary. I mean, California supposedly would be friendly to Haley. It's very Democrat, but Democrats can't vote in that primary. That's the problem Haley's campaign, I don't think, even recognizes. Many of the states on Super Tuesday are closed. Good luck winning Democrats over when they can't even vote. While a strong showing in New Hampshire netted her a significant share of the state's delegates, more states coming up this month have delegate rules like those in South Carolina, where 40% of the vote netted Haley just 6% of the state's delegates. In other words, even relatively strong showings aren't likely to translate into a meaningful delegate haul on Super Tuesday if she can't win states outright. And that's the other big thing. Trump has to win each state by 1 vote. That's what it comes down to. If he wins by, again, more like 1%, but you get the point. If he gets 50.1% of the vote in California, he gets all the delegates. Same thing in Texas. Same thing in Alabama. Same thing in basically every primary state. Even Vermont, which will be Haley's best state. We'll get to that in a minute. If Trump gets 51% of the vote, he gets every single delegate. And if Haley can't either broaden her coalition or supercharge friendly turnout, she'll finish Thursday, or Tuesday, I should say, buried beneath a Trump delegate avalanche. To illustrate the scale of Haley's challenge, we have looked closely at the demographics, participation rules, and delegate allocation formulas for every GOP caucus and primary taking place Tuesday in the next wave of contests, March 12th and March 19th. For each one, we have generated our best estimate of each candidate's delegate ceiling and floor. These estimates are more art than science, but we will layer our best explanation, reporting, analysis in each state. There may be areas of disagreement in one state or another, but the broad conclusion is unavoidable. Unless Haley somehow finds a way to win outright majorities in multiple states, her campaign will be overwhelmed by the cold, hard realities of delegate math. So, this is the part I wanted to touch upon. So, Steve Kornacki and a few other people, they decided, all right, we're going to look at every single contest today. We're going to look at the allocation rules. We're going to look at who can vote, all of that, the demographics. For one, look at the states that are up. California, Texas, North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama. I mean, California, like I said, is a close primary, so she's screwed there. But Texas, North Carolina, more like Texas and Alabama, those are way more Republican than, say, New Hampshire was. You got Utah, which there probably will be some kind of anti-Trump vote in because of the Mormons, but even then, it's still Republicans voting. There's only like 3 states that she has a realistic shot of winning. Virginia, Massachusetts, and Vermont. These are the 3 states she has any kind of realistic pathway to winning. And that's the best case scenario for Haley. Look at this. Even if she won Massachusetts, Vermont, Virginia, in a best case scenario, one state, would counteract the delegates of Massachusetts and Vermont. And even Virginia. California. Trump winning California would outright wipe out every single delegate, and then some, of Haley's victories. But just think about that. California has 169 delegates. I mean, this is best case scenario. And they're saying, yeah, Trump wins Alabama, he sweeps Oklahoma, Utah, Arkansas, even Maine. But for best case scenario, which, again, this is possible if Trump voters are voting. Notice the bigger problem? She would get what? How many delegates is that? In a best case scenario for Trump. 17, 31, so like 37 delegates in a best case scenario. Remember, there's about 1,000 delegates at play. And their best case scenario for Nikki Haley, or for Trump, would mean he wins nearly every single delegate, while Haley's best case scenario, win a couple delegates, but doesn't matter. She gets killed in Texas and California. And you scroll down here, and they do explain how they came to the conclusion, but you scroll down here, they went through other states beyond Super Tuesday. And once again, Haley has some massive problems. Either the primaries that only Republicans can vote in, say Florida, and Trump's going to win Florida by a lot, or the open primary states, say Georgia, the demographics of Democrats, they're not white suburban voters. There's some of them, but the average Georgia Democrat is not the same as the average New Hampshire Democrat. That's the problem. Hell, places like Arizona, that's a closed primary. A place like Mississippi. I believe it's an open primary, but it's Mississippi. It's an R+15 state. Kansas, fairly Republican. Even the Democrat states, the demographics of those voters that Haley's trying to appeal to aren't there. In a best case scenario, Trump sweeps everything. Or for Haley, Trump still sweeps everything. Best case scenario for Trump here? Well, he wins even more delegates. That's the problem. Her strategy was, we need Democrats to vote for me. It can work in some places, but there's two problems with that. One, that white suburban Democrat that you've been banking on in Michigan, in places like South Carolina even, kind of, not as much, but New Hampshire. Those voters don't exist in Georgia in high enough numbers, don't exist in Illinois. Or the contest is closed and only those that are Republicans, maybe some independents, can vote. Or they're a state like Ohio or Mississippi that's super Republican that even the independents lean to the right. So you look more and more into this, you realize, yeah, Haley has a massive problem. Even if she has a good Super Tuesday, which involves winning 3 states, her mathematical pathway to the nomination just isn't there. There's no pathway. And right here demonstrates my point. Remember, the magic number is 1,215 delegates. Haley's best case scenario, according to NBC News, has her at 212. While Trump's at 953. They still, in Haley's best case scenario, the stars align, everything goes to perfection. Trump would still clinch the nomination in 2 weeks. In a Trump best case scenario, which again, it could be off a little bit, they have Trump clinching next week. So what's the point? Your voters at this point are just Democrats, even if you get them out to vote in high enough numbers, which I don't know if she will. The Republican base is sick of you. They don't want to vote for you. And your mathematical pathway just isn't there. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, we will be going live at 6:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Super Tuesday election night stream. I hope everyone tunes in. Godspeed to all of you.